All right, up here at the top right, when he scouted that tech lab on the starport, he certainly got...
Epic so lucky.
He couldn't resist.
Oh no, of course not.
He did a really good job winning the first game on Crossfire, and once again, oh, there's some... Can you read that? Probably
I
not.
can read it, I don't know what it means though. Something about Terran.
That's the Terran player right there. At the bottom left of the map, this is...
Ojes NaDa.
And he had a really, really hard time on Crossfire. He didn't... I'm really trying to avoid the word lucky right now, but I just can't. It's stuck in my head.
NaDa loves... Australia loves NaDa. There's NaDa with some hearts and a marine. That's adorable. Yeah, if you guys were wondering about that first sign there, NaDa, he actually opened up his own gaming gear online retailing site, NaDa Mall. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see. NaDaMall.com. Yeah, you see. I mean, that's how you know when someone's big, when they can open up their own line of products or something like that. Like Fatality, for instance, Counter-Strike player. He actually got more rich off of selling stuff than off
Fatality?
of...
Isn't he a Quaker?
Was he Quake? Wasn't he Counter-Strike before that, though? I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I don't actually follow FPS at all. I just thought he was a Counter-Strike player. But anyway, he was a very very good FPS player that ended up selling his own line of gaming equipment. But
yeah, I don't know either, to be honest. I never followed Counter-Strike. I really don't like the game, but I thought that Fatality was a Quaker, but I'm not too sure about that. Basically the same as you. I follow RTS. I like that quite a lot, but occasionally on tournaments I watch FPS. It's kind of nice to follow, but wow, I didn't follow the scene at all. So yeah, getting back to the game, we have a hatch first by Lucky once again. He already placed down pool and gas, so basically a standard strategy, especially on a map like Daybreak. You can get away with a little bit of a greedy play. The map doesn't look all that big, but the distances are actually quite huge. So NaDa factory, building the factory again and the reactor. Kind of the same build that I used last time.
yeah, the path that you can see on the minimap going straight through the middle of the map is actually blocked by destructible debris. So you actually have to go all the way around if you're going to go to your opponent's base. So it is actually a long rush distance, as we say. NaDa going ahead and putting down an expansion. Pretty standard stuff here from NaDa. He's going to transfer the factory over to the reactor and start making Hellions, like we said in the first game, to kind of gain map control and make sure you can control the towers, take out any Zerglings that try and attack early, that kind of thing, and poke at his opponent and stop him from getting a third very quickly, basically.
I want to see how Lucky is going to defend against the Hellions. I've seen a lot of Zerg players doing a really poor job at defending against Hellions on exactly this particular map, as there's a lot of stuff that you... Well, there's a really broad opening that you need to defend. There's already one Spine Crawler being built by Lucky, but he needs to place down an Evolution Chamber and maybe put in a second one if he wants to fend off against those Hellions. NaDa at the same time is now building again the Starport. I really want to see if he's building a tech lab again, or if he now just tries to get maybe a medivac in order to drop in his opponent's main base, harass the Zerg a little bit more. There
he actually is going to try and run in, and oh, the Spine Crawler is not complete, but the Zerglings stop him from getting too far, and he actually gets out alive. I thought those Hellions were dead. And he does have a tech lab over there. Let me just double check here. Lucky has not seen that starport, so he doesn't know what's coming this time.
Getting a Banshee without cloak. Doesn't have the gas.
Yeah, we'll see if he does the same thing as last time. Only the one gas though, so it'll be difficult to get cloak.
We went a little bit in chat now for Lucky, and I guess that he's trying to complete that wall, and with a nice scout by Lucky, taking out one of the mules, and maybe even able to chase down that SCV. Certainly looks like it. Yep, here we go. SCV is dead. Lucky can retreat. He's probably quite happy about that. Taking out a mule in the early stage of the game is huge.
It's not bad. It enables him any moment those Hellions are back at his base defending instead of out harassing is a moment that Lucky can spread his creep. He can get Zerglings on the map. He can get more scouting information, and not have to worry about his drones dying.
And NaDa is getting that second Banshee, is once again waiting. And there is an Overlord in position at the right side of the Terran's main base.
Yep.
Really not sure that that's going to work.
Now this time he's getting a third hatchery right now. He does not have a lair morphing yet. So there's no chance he's going to be able to get in here with this Overlord. Well, he could suicide it and try and scout, but he's not going to be able to morph it into an Overseer so it can move quickly.
He's going for
And
exactly the same thing he did the last map.
Same build.
Lucky's a little bit later with his lair, but seriously, I don't... Well, I might be proven wrong, but right now I don't think that NaDa will be able to deal the damage that he needs to deal in order to make up for all that expenses that he has right now. He's getting the third Banshee once more, he's getting the Cloak, we have the lair tag already halfway done, so an Overseer is not a problem. There are, let me have a look, 3 Queens, and the Evolution Chamber is ready as well. Overlords in the vicinity of the Terran's main base.
Yeah, now Lucky, he seems to really want to go for some heavy Baneling Zergling aggression on this map. He's getting a +1 Carapace for his Zerglings already. It's almost done already. And the Banelingness is going to complete about the same time as the Lair. Probably going to see Baneling speed immediately as well. And he's getting a lot of Zerglings here. He's got a really good economy to pump out things and an extra hatchery in his main. So he's just going to be able to put out so much. And there is the Overseer. Same as last game, a little bit later, or either that of the Banshees or earlier, because they are moving across the map right now, and Lucky will not be as prepared. He sees it. The Spire's already down. The Spores grow up, but the Banshees are almost in his base this time. He might be able to get a little bit more damage done.
Yeah, but he's getting another Overseer right now. He has the Queens, and even if he kills 5 or 6 probes, that won't be enough. He needs to kill a lot more stuff if he wants to succeed with that. And there's the Spore Crawler nearly ready, killing a bunch of drones, but this is not going to work. NaDa, I'm really, really sorry, but I have no idea what you want to accomplish with that push.
Really good scouting by Lucky. Again, saves the day for him one more time. And NaDa does get a few drones. Didn't target down that Spore Crawler, though. I guess it didn't really do much good to target down the Spore Crawler because he didn't arrive with the Overseer.
I'm a little bit disappointed in NaDa's play, to be honest. That didn't work on the first map, and this is just such a huge gamble. You are investing so many minerals, so many resources in that play, and if it doesn't work out, then you will have a huge problem at your hand. Even trying to target down that third base probably won't work. The Queens are already in position, the Overseer as well, and even with those Hellions, you shouldn't have a problem defending against that. Look at all those Lings streaming in, catching him off guard, surrounding the Hellions, taking them down. One of the Banshees dies as well. The others have to retreat. The third base is secured, and even though NaDa is taking a third himself, Lucky now with 8 Mutalisks on the way, pretty decent position.
Yep, and you know, those Hellions and the Banshees do give you a pretty good modicum of map control until the Mutalisks come out, but guess what? The Mutalisks are coming out right now. The Banshees will not be able to accomplish anything further. And NaDa's trying to take his third, but he doesn't have the turrets up quite as early as he did last time. Actually, he has no turrets at his natural. He's only got 1 turret at his third as the mutants come in here. But I guess that turret's going to be enough.
By the way, there's a drop play going on that has been scouted right now.
Oh,
one of the
bringing his
Zerglings
mutants back.
He could just arrive there in time.
Oh, the mutas are almost there. The drop is almost there. Is he going to get it in time? He's studying the medevac. There's only 5 mutas though, so a few Marines are going to get out, but the drop is going to do 0 damage.
Nothing at all.
Nicely cleaned up by Lucky.
NaDa is ahead now, is behind now. He's on 111 supply against 133. We have the +1 attack upgrade being done. Molotov, you mentioned the armor upgrade for the Zerg player that he started to upgrade in the early stage of the game, getting a Burrow now for the Banelings. We have another hatch being built, taking a 4th base, getting more and more Mutalisks, trying to control the map. And I have to say that Lucky is looking really solid in this game. The last one as well, he's doing a good job. And NaDa trying to get the combat shield at the 14-minute mark. And it won't be long until Lucky has the numbers in regards to the Mutalisks to target down missile turrets and enter the main base of the Terran player.
Yeah, he's already harassing this natural a little bit. Loses a Mutalisk.
A little bit sloppy right there, but not all too bad. He's still 35 supply ahead.
Burrow's about 2/3 complete right now, and he's actually got some banelings that he's positioned around the map as well. Well, he had. I'm actually don't see them anymore, but never mind. Anyway, either way, he's thinking about doing some burrowed baneling attacks.
Whoa.
Or he could be thinking about making a ton of banelings and busting NaDa's third in half.
He's got 88 drones, by the way, against 75 SCVs. But now, once more, Lucky will try to kill the third base of NaDa. That worked quite well on a crossfire, but NaDa was caught out of position this time. He has a pretty good defense, a lot of siege tanks. So will that succeed? I'm not too sure about that. Taking out one of the tanks and immediately retreating. Not too sure about the situation.
Nice snipe on that tank, enabling... Well, he actually made it so that banelings and zerglings could have gone in there, but then he actually fell back.
Oh, he's a little bit sloppy with his injects.
Oh, there's another tank. I'm sorry. Another tank below. So.
No injects whatsoever for Lucky right now, so he really needs to get a hold of this.
Oh, yeah. He's actually... He's got over 100 energy on his queens.
Getting +2 attack for both the melee units and the air units. No injects for Lucky. Thank God he has a macro hatch. A lot of burrowed banelings.
Okay, he finally injected, but he has over 100 on energy on almost all of his queens right now, so that's a little sloppy.
Well, that's one way where you can get away with bad mechanics, or not bad mechanics, but with being a little bit sloppy, just get enough hatches so they don't have to worry about the drones.
He does have 6 hatcheries right now, and he is maxed out. He has a lot of units on the map.
And a lot of minerals as well. 95 drones.
Oh, wow, that's
a little bit too much, in my opinion.
That is a little too much, actually. It means he's going to be able to build a lot of stuff very quickly. His economy is going to be pouring money into his bank, but...
NaDa is ahead in army supply, 126 against 107.
Yeah, exactly. With that many, that much supply tied up in drones, it means his whole army isn't going to be very big at once.
And I hope Lucky realized that if he doesn't, NaDa could...
What is he doing?
Oh, there we go. We have the... Oh, Lucky retreating, going in a second time, trying to kill those Marines off with the banelings. Succeeding in doing that, but NaDa at the same time is just trying to put pressure onto the bases of the Zerg player. Is moving in for the kill, and once more Lucky going for the base trade, trying to attack the natural expansion of his opponent. Going in, killing all the SCVs, trying to bust into the main base as well. And NaDa is running back to defend.
Oh no, the Zerglings are killing everything. NaDa, I think, should have... Well, actually, I was going to say he should have gone for the trade, but Lucky has so many bases he couldn't have traded in time. NaDa just lost a ton of SCVs. He did not run his SCVs away from the fight. He lost almost all of them. He is down to 23 SCVs.
He just lost over 50 workers.
Yeah, he is in really bad shape right now. Now he's going to turn around and go for another attack, but Lucky has built some spines at his bases. He's going to be able to prepare for this.
Don't forget that NaDa is still ahead in army supply. He has 123 against 100 because Lucky has 93 drones. He has 4,000 minerals and 93 drones. He should really just try to get about 20 spine crawlers.
Yeah, NaDa has a very fearsome army. He's moved out with about 2/3 of his army
the
to
third
attack.
base! Trying to kill the last income for Lucky, but there are 2 Thors trying to focus down the Mutalisks at the same time. NaDa is attacking the 4th base of his opponent, and he might be able to take that one out. But still, Lucky with 191 supply against 150. Look at that. Oh, NaDa!
If Lucky crushes that army, he will win the game. He will be so far ahead. But NaDa has 2/3 of his army here, a sizable force, lots of tanks. There goes Lucky in the bottom right, going in with all of his banelings and the mutas as well. And all the banelings get completely slaughtered by the tanks.
God.
Half of them ran into the Thor, and NaDa is now going to take out this base and be poised to take out another base as well. He's actually rejoining the rest of his army. He doesn't care about counterattack anymore. He is going all in with this right now. His whole army moving in to try and crush Lucky's third. And Lucky is now even in supply.
He doesn't have any lava left. He has the minerals, he has the gas, but he doesn't have the lava to produce units. His mechanics are getting the better of him. This is looking quite tense now. NaDa might be able to kill more bases of Lucky because he just can't reproduce his army.
Yeah, he has full energy on his queens right now. That's how many injects he's been missing. In fact, his bases are not injected right now. He's not injecting at all, and as you said, he's got tons of money and overlords, but he's not producing any units, and NaDa is going to kill his 4th in just a moment. Wow. This is, and there's a bunch of failings here, but they're probably going to die too. Lucky's going for a little bit of a counterattack.
I have no idea what Lucky is doing right now. His injects are so bad. He must be preoccupied with something.
Injected.
He's still not injected at a lot of bases, and he has some spare lava right now, but look at the income tab. He still has 3,500 minerals and 1,600 gas, for crying out loud. Do something with that stuff.
Well, he is counterattacking a little bit. NaDa actually doesn't have anything in home to deal with this.
8 Brood Lords being morphed right now. The Greater Spire is done. He can morph the Brood Lords. And NaDa being attacked as well, but still he was able to take out every single base of Lucky. There's only the natural left and nearly no mining. Both players are basically without mining bases.
Wow, this is absolutely crazy. NaDa has somehow scraped his way back into this. NaDa, of course, is still mining at his natural, and Lucky only has 3 patches left. He's only got a couple hundred minerals left altogether.
But NaDa has 80 Marines right now, 80 Marines, and that's the only thing he has in order to deal with the 8 Brood Lords on the map. We have Infestors as well, so with good fungals and the use of those Banelings that he has, he might be able to take out the Marines, and there's nothing left for NaDa in order to produce Vikings. He doesn't have the minerals to pull that off.
Yeah, he does have a reactive starport, but you're right, he doesn't have anything to deal with these Broodlords. And if he tries to run in with the Marines to deal with the Broodlords, then the Banelings and the Infestors, which have 2 fungals on each of them, will be able to deal with it. He stims the Marines into the Broodlords, but here comes the Banelings. No, he's going to fall back for now. He's going in with the Infestors, though. He needs to target down the Infestors. This is such a dangerous dance of death for both players. And he moves into the Marines.
Taking down the Marines at the same time, needs to take care of that Thor, and he does. The Thor is down.
Wow. Now these tanks are kind of out on their own. The Marines are actually back at the main base of NaDa, and they are now pushing out to take out Lucky's new 3rd base at the middle top. And they're going to get it before those Broodlords can turn around. 2 Vikings being produced for NaDa. That's not going to work. Banelings detonating, taking Marines out. And Lucky with 157 supply against NaDa with 105. Double expanding the Zerg play with 2 hatches. And NaDa is just in a tough situation, trying to get anti-air. But there are also a bunch of Corruptors in the game for Lucky. Oh, this is intense right now. NaDa certainly puts up a fight, but Lucky with a decent lead in that game. Yeah, Lucky's still doing fine. He's still ahead right now. He's ahead by about 50 supply. NaDa is about to mine out in his natural. He needs to get a new base desperately. Actually, he just floated his main to the 3rd, so he's going to be able to start mining there, but Lucky may crush him before he can get that mining again.
Lucky still has 1,700 gas and a lot of minerals as well. He's not producing, waiting for those hatches. Now going in, taking out additional tanks.
Nice.
Job well done. Christmas time all over again. Getting some nice presents by NaDa.
And he has those fungal growths. He has Corruptors as well. So these Vikings are going to try and take out the Broodlords. But a fungal goes off on the Corruptors. And those Vikings are never getting out alive. Another fungal, the Corruptors as well. Zergling's coming in. But he doesn't have...
He needs to take care of the Marines right now. NaDa is going in, trying a desperate attempt to kill Lucky, but are dropping its supply down to 40. Down to 40, and Lucky just has way too many units left. Broodlords, Infestors, and Zerglings alike going in for the kill, attacking the production buildings of the Terran player from Team OGS.
Wow, NaDa is... Yeah, he's down to 25 supply. GG! Lucky, despite some errors of judgment in the series and some a little bit lacking mechanics at times, takes the series and is going to advance to the next round of Code A. And NaDa been eliminated again with the new format. Remember, NaDa will still be going to the up and down matches, but it's going to be tough.
I was really worried for Lucky for a while. He had a major lead in this game, and then suddenly he was surprised by the Terran player just being too aggressive. NaDa went for it, killed 2 of his bases, and he just didn't have the lava. He had the minerals, he had the gas, he had the tech, but he couldn't build units. He missed so many injects throughout the game. You were looking at the queens the whole time, and he had just queens with full energy, missed every single inject, and then he had to. Well, he actually made a good decision. He waited when he had the lava. He didn't use them for Zerglings. He waited until the Greater Spire was done. He went for the Brood Lords, and that was what basically won him the game in the end. There was some good decision making. If he would have wasted those lava, they were really precious for him at that point in time on Zerglings, he might have lost that game after all, but he allowed NaDa to come back into the game.
That's a really good point, actually. That's a really good point, because the reason he won is because he had that really, really sick composition where you have the Broodlords, and the Broodlords are kind of doing the slow pushing, and everything else is kind of defending the Broodlords, where if the Vikings come in, you fungal them and send in Corruptors. If the Marines come in, you fungal them and send in Banelings. And he had all that to support the Broodlords and just slowly crept across the map. But you're right, if he didn't have that support army with that, if he hadn't spent that money on the right units, then NaDa still probably would have rolled him over. So, very well played by Lucky in the end. And there's your results for today. Lucira going up over Alicia in a close series. Finn slaughtering Pult, Bomber slaughtering JYP, and Lucky taking a win off NaDa. And so there's the bracket, and now we find out these are the results from the other stream as well. Some of them at least.
Keen defeating Yu-Gi-Oh! He's up against Huck. We have Parting actually taking out Clyde. I'm impressed by Parting. He did so well against Terran players in this Code A. I'm really impressed by the guy. He was taking out top and now takes out the next Terran player, advancing into the grid. MC against Bomber, Lucky against Ganzi, and whoa, this is going to be a tough one for Lucky.
Yep. And of course the matches that you see that haven't been played yet are going to be played tomorrow. And here's the other stuff as well going on tomorrow. Supernova versus Squirrel should be fun. Monster versus Curious. The winner of that gets a bye into Code S, since Koka has withdrawn from the tournament due to his indiscretions in another tournament. So yeah, there you go. And this is the matches for tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. Those are going to be great. Get to see Liquid Hero playing as well. He's a very strong player. Can't wait to see what he's got in him. Some new players as well as some old players that are, trying to show themselves off again. Monster has been playing well lately. We're going to see more out of him as well. So, some really cool games showing tomorrow.
Yep, that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow we'll see each other again with the next matches.
Yep.
And we had some really decent games today. I must say that I was quite surprised and also excited about, especially about Finn.
Yeah.
Finn doing a really good job. Lucky against NaDa. I wouldn't have expected NaDa to go down with 2-0. I would have expected him to take at least one map, but Lucky was pretty strong today. So, yeah, the games were really good.
And remember, as it says, it said down there a moment ago, remember to go to gomtv.net, go to the schedule page, and you can click on the polls, vote for who you think is going to win on each of the polls. And as you can see right there right now, the finals are going to be happening December 3rd. It's going to be next week. We will see you guys then. That's going to be it for us for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.
Bye.